Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy, Mr. Smith, man. Here's another podcast. This is my second podcast for the year. I got a special guest. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Go ahead, my brother.
Yo, wild gun people. It's KLG.
Love it.
Straight out of Flatbush.
So where you from, man? Where you from?
I am from Flatbush.
Okay, and you got any Caribbean in you?
Yeah, Grenada.
Okay. You said Grenada?
Yeah,
Nice.
Grenada.
That's where my wife is from. Shout out to the Greens, man. Shout out to the Greens, man.
Grenada. Montserrat. I don't know. 'Cause a lot of people don't even know where Montserrat is, though. It's like a small island right next to Antigua.
Okay. Hey, man, it's still good. It's still good.
You gotta take a boat.
Oh, wow.
From Antigua to Montserrat. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I did not know that. Well, so the people that want to travel to Grenada in 2025, 2026, or whenever you have some funds, you got to go ahead and do it.
Facts.
Okay, so cool. So if people want to look for you, man, where could we find you on? Like, you got Instagram, Facebook, what you be on TikTok?
Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, k.o.g_30z. That's for everything.
So you grew up in Flatbush?
Yeah.
Okay, you grew up in Flatbush. Nice.
My whole life, man.
Your whole life? Nice. So you probably seen a lot growing up.
Yeah. Shoot. Yeah.
Okay.
But also, in terms of Flatbush, right? They call it Little Caribbean.
Okay.
You know, it's a whole bunch of different cultures.
Yeah.
Packed up in just one place.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of how can I say it? Merging of different cultures in one.
Yeah.
So you pick up on a lot of things and you learn a lot of things as well too from different countries or different islands and stuff like that.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. Wow.
So you know, regular hood shit, regular. But at the same time, you know, you learn a lot.
Yeah.
You learn a lot just from being in that space alone. And yeah, I remember cool times, backyard parties, old school tunes playing.
Yo, I miss those.
You know what I'm saying? So that's memories that, you know, can't be taken away.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's 100% factual. Backyard parties, man. I used to DJ a few of those, man. Backyard parties. Those was the days, but somebody always
hold up. Right, you used to DJ, right?
Yeah.
Back in transit.
Yeah.
You used to DJ.
Yeah.
It was you. Who else? Oh
man, it was
my
a lot
God,
of us, man.
bro.
It was a lot of us.
What's this guy name again, bro? Am I tripping? It was you.
It was. I can't remember the people. But
Damn. I know they gonna kill Michael. What's this other guy? Oh my God, yeah, fucking. You know what? Yeah. But I know it was a bunch of y'all. It was a bunch of y'all.
Yeah. I mean, DJ was, you know, I wasn't making much money, but I was making a decent amount. But I'm gonna tell you a story about that. So when me and my boy Shaq, I remember we DJ a party. Well, this female, was it a baby shower or something? Or a birthday party? Man, she told us she was gonna pay us at the end of the party. Tell us we did a whole 6 to 8 hour party, didn't get paid.
What?
Ever since then, I told people I would never do a job for free.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Y'all had a contract?
No.
Ooh.
You know, when you're young, man. You don't know nothing about that.
Type shit.
Man,
I get it.
I always tell people, man, get a deposit first before you do anything nowadays, man. You gotta have a deposit.
That's true.
So what elementary school you went to?
Shit, I went to PS 181.
Okay.
I don't know if you're from the Bush, you know what PS 181 is at. That's right there on New York Ave between Snyder.
Okay.
Snyder and Tilden. Or Beverly and Tilden. I'm tripping now.
Just know.
But Google it. 181. PS 181.
There you go. What junior high school?
Junior high school, my 11.
My 11.
IS 285 right next to Tilden.
Okay. And
if
then
you know, you know. And then we went to church.
Transit, man, it was a whole bunch of men. And it's crazy about transit, right? The thing about transit, I mean, now they got more females, right?
Yeah.
Which is good. But, you know, it was so, like, everybody was fighting over pretty much one girl because the girl, it was so limited. So if you went to trans and you was a female, man, you could have had like 10 dudes, actually more than 10 dudes, like 15, 20 dudes, because you probably wasn't one of the prettiest females in there. So
yeah, I ain't gonna sit on that, but yeah. Facts.
Oh man. So okay, so what are you doing now, man? Like what you up to now?
So right now, making music, working, regular, same old. And I battle too. I battle rap.
Okay.
As well. I got a battle coming up on the 20th.
Okay, where could they? Is it gonna be live? Where could they find it?
So I'm supposed to fly it soon.
Okay, nice.
The location, ain't get a location yet, but
it's gonna be in July.
Yeah, July 20th.
Okay. In New York though.
Yeah, it's only Brooklyn versus Peso.
If I'm free, I'm gonna see if I could come out.
A word?
Yeah. If I'm free, I'll try to bring the camera.
Okay.
But if I'm free, I gotta see what my schedule looking like. But if I'm free, I'll come down.
All right, say that.
Yeah.
Say that. Lit. Okay.
Yeah, I'll try to come down and support.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice. So battle rapping. Let me ask you about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you have you ever almost gotten into a fight with that, or like?
Yo, you like the fourth person that said that? Nah.
Okay. Perfect. Good.
In terms of that, like times have changed. Like, because early battle rap. Mm-hmm. It used to be on that type of time. No security like that. You know what I'm saying?
And
shit like that.
Everybody just take things too sensitive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know how niggas get when they losing and shit.
Yeah.
Can't take losses. Yeah. But it's battle rap. But at the end of the day, I ain't getting in no fights or nothing like that.
Okay.
Might get like a little bump.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out C Deep, bro.
Shout out C Deep.
My first battle, bro.
Okay.
I forgot what round was that. Bro, homie just bumped me. Low key. You know them shoulder bumps that they be doing in battle rap, the little shoulder bump shits? Yeah. And bro, when he bumped me, like literally, like I forgot my whole round. Like I forgot my whole round. I don't know what type of magician shit this nigga was doing. Yeah. But like, yo, bro, I'm like, nah, I lost my whole round. So when he finished, I looked to the homie, I'm like, yo, what round is this again? So I'm like, shit, let me
like
pick.
A reverse psychology.
Yo, I'm like, let me pick this shit up. Where I left off? Where was that? And I was like, all right, I got it.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit though, that shoulder bump shit, it really like, it might like take you off your game and shit like that. Cause it was by surprise too. I didn't even know that shit was
coming. So all the newbies that's getting to battle rap, do it, but just be safe.
Watch for the shoulder bump and shit.
Yeah, just watch out for that. Wow. Okay. So in terms of working, man, what do you do for like your 9 to 5?
So I'm a property manager for CubeSmart.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a laid back job. We don't really do much. Mm-hmm. Everybody that's in there basically already have a cube, so they just come in to pay bills and shit, and that's it, basically.
That's not bad.
Yeah, okay. So I just sit there for the whole day and shit.
I ain't gonna lie, I applied for a couple of property managers. They just didn't, and it's funny, I own properties. They just like, nope.
No.
I feel like it's hard to get into. So if somebody want to apply for that position, how could they get into that?
I ain't gonna lie, I winged it, bro.
Yeah, I figured it's hard. It's either you gotta know somebody or something to get in there.
I winged it, bro. I feel like it was luck though.
Okay.
Because like once I did that, I was working for Amazon too.
Okay.
Amazon, they be cooking. Oh my God.
Everybody say Amazon is tough. It's rough. It's rough.
Wintertime, when you go into like that peak season, Jesus Christ.
Oh man, I believe it.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah, I was like, nah, you don't want to work peak season, but I mean, it's a lot of overtime, so you can make money. You just got
but you got to put in that work, G. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog.
Oh man,
I was like, nah, I can't do it. So while I was doing that, I was like, you know what? Let me just fill out an application or some shit. Let's see.
And go somewhere else.
Yeah, I was not thinking about it. 2 weeks later, I got the call. I was like, oh shit.
Wow, they must have really needed somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So I was like,
that's good.
Yeah.
So how long you been working there now?
I think it's almost a year.
Okay.
Or probably a year or so. Around there.
Okay.
Around there. But it's been cool, you know.
That's good. That's good.
Laid back and shit.
So how you feel about having a 9 to 5? Do you feel like you need to work for yourself or?
Yeah. Well, when I was younger and shit like that, like 24, 23 and shit like that, like I had a certain kind of frame of mindset where it's like, damn, like I really hate jobs. Like I don't like jobs. But then as I got older and then I realized how society is like moving and shit, it's just like, nah, like have something. So and then build something on the
I also
feel me?
Yeah.
Because when you ain't really thinking shit, like when you have a certain goal in your mind and shit like that and you're young, that's all you think about.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes you need to step back and like plan properly and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't just jump out on a limb type shit because you don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. You don't know where you're gonna end up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as I got older, I started to realize that because I made a lot of mistakes, dipping in out of jobs early.
Me too.
And you feel me?
Me
and
too.
Not necessarily be like, all right, let me see if I could plan something real quick, or let's see if I could start to build something, hold on to this for a minute, and then let's see where this could take me. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit
A lot
like
of people don't realize bouncing job to job, how it can affect you or hinder you.
Especially like time wise and shit too. Time wise, where it's like, I say for instance, you got off this job based off of like, damn, I hate this job. It's emotionally draining. All right, cool. You get out. Now you don't really got nothing for a good 2, 3, 5 months period. You know what I'm saying? So your dollars is draining. If you're not really putting it into something to make more, you getting cooked.
Now you talking about language investing. So talking about investing, who taught you if you are investing? Do you got like a 401k? What is the match on that company if you have one?
Shit. I got a 401k, I got IRA, all with what's it called again? Fidelity?
Fidelity, yep.
With Fidelity.
Okay.
Piece by piece, I'll probably just throw in like 200.
That's good.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna tell you this. I started investing at the age of 22, man, and I learned it from a white guy. But and then I try to put my people on. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. I feel like they need to see the account to believe it. But I'll be like, as far as investing, what you were saying about investing?
Yeah. So for me, get you a 401k, IRA, and just invest little by little. Invest little by little. It don't matter whether if it's $50, $100, $200. It don't matter.
Yo, listen, on my social media, bro, I tell people all the time, start with $1. I told this lady at my this female at my job, she got 3 kids, I believe. And I said, hey, man, just start with $1. She said, oh, I can't do that, but I see you buy coffee. I see you buy all these things every day.
Right.
So I was saying, like, well, you buy Starbucks and stuff. Why you don't invest and get a share of that company?
Right.
You gotta start somewhere. It doesn't matter how much it is. People always try to look for that big number, and it does not matter. You gotta start somewhere. Again, I gotta tell people I started $5, 50, 100, and then you're not gonna see no growth in the first 2, 3, 4 years.
Right.
When it start, you get to the 5K mark, 10K mark, 15, 20. Now you're gonna start seeing some growth. But again, you gotta set it and forget it. And the next thing I tell people is, it's just a rule of thumb. All right. 10% of $1,000 is $100. So that's nothing. When you work your 9 to 5, the first people that's taking out their money is IRS. So why can't you put nothing away for your future?
Right. True.
Why can't you put nothing away for your future? I never understood that. Like, I always told people, man, start small. It don't matter what the amount is.
Facts.
Because somebody that's making 6 figures may not even have 10 grand saving in their bank account. Somebody that's making 30 grand, 40 grand a year probably have more money than that. And that's a proven statistic. It's people that I work with make less money than me, and they tell me how much money they got saved. And I'm like, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. But it's people that's making well over 6 figures. So it doesn't even matter how much money you make. I always told people that. It don't matter how much money you make. You know, that's a myth. Like, and let me ask you this. Do you think money buys you happiness?
Money buys me. Not really. Like half and half, because reason why I say that is because me, I'm gonna be happy regardless. You know, I got life and I got breath in my. You know what I'm saying? I got breath in my lungs. I got air in my lungs. You feel me?
That's a gem.
And you know, you got to give some gratitude for that. You know what I'm saying? But in this society where you know, the dollar actually kind of, you know, it means something type shit. You kind of gotta like be like, all right, cool. Let me just work, get this bread, so I could start traveling or start doing something, so that's a lane could open up, type shit. So
that's important.
You know what I'm saying?
Traveling, man. So I'm from St. Lucia, so I don't think people in America think they seen poverty. When you go to some of the islands, when you go to some of those islands, man, and you see how people are really struggling. But again, some people only know Brooklyn, some people only know Delaware, some people only know PA, DMV area. You have to travel. And I don't care if you go in debt to travel, man. Debt is always going to be around. But so sometimes, hey, put that on a credit card and travel. Get a passport. If you're scared of the planes, man, take a cruise.
Cruises be fire.
Take
I was on a cruise earlier this year.
Nice.
Fire.
I haven't been on. Every time I think about the cruise, I'll be like, man, let me find out where the life jacket is at.
You know, Yo, true words. How you bring up cruise, bro? I was watching Netflix, right? It's some shit called Carnival something. What is it again? Where I think back in 2013, Carnival Triumph was they engine bay burnt out, right?
Wow.
So all they sewage and everything can't flush. It don't go down the drain. And they spent 7 days at sea. You feel me? To the point where AC lock off, don't work. They had to take their beds out and sleep outside by the Bay Area, outside by the pool and shit. I was like, yo, thinking about it, I was like, yo, son, if shit like that happened, bro, we're like cattle, bro.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, see?
Yeah, bro.
But you always gotta expect the unexpected in life. I mean, you know, that's just, you know, after watching all them Final Destination movies, I'm like, did you see the newest one?
Nah, I ain't see it yet. You saw it?
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Out of a 10, I give it like a 7, 8. The beginning had a great beginning line, but I feel like it wasn't as much scary how the other ones was. Like, but it's still a good movie. I still recommend going watching it if you haven't watched it. Check out the new Final Destination. You know, me and my wife went out and checked it out. It was pretty decent. Could have been better though. Definitely could have been better. So let me ask you this. What, like, you see how you are now, right?
Yeah.
5 or 10 years ago. What obstacles you went through to making you be a better person now?
Off rip, I ain't gonna lie to you, depression.
Yeah, you need to talk about that, man.
I feel like certain circumstances in your life happen for a reason.
Yep.
For you to go through something, to see if you could rise through that situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a certain point in my life that kind of like shift my thinking. So now it's like 4 or 5 years ago. I wasn't thinking like this, bro. It was regular ignorance, you know what I'm saying? But you know, what happened? So I went through like a bad breakup and shit like that when I was, you know, like high school transitioning into like, you know what I'm saying? And then I had close friends that passed away type shit too.
Wow. Yeah.
you know, and all that was like a pile of bricks like on your chest.
Yeah.
You feel me? And
It just happened right after that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And then then I transitioned into college and shit like that. And I'm like, damn, I don't really want to do this shit, dog.
Yeah.
So I'm depressed, not really sleeping like that. You know what I'm saying? Losing weight. You can see the bones in my face, like shit. But something was just like, yo, I have to express. Like, I have to get this shit off my chest. Because if you don't get it off your chest, bro, that could be you can get sick like that.
Yep.
You get sick like that. So you need room to express yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the library and I just started writing, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, I just started writing. I wrote like 4 pages, dog.
Wow. Did that help you get into music, or you already had the music?
I mean, I was already interested in it.
Okay.
Anyways, for me, I was already like writing.
Okay.
I was doing like poetry and shit in middle school.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yeah. This just kind of like sparked it in a way to like reignite my focus.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So
somebody that's going through a stressful time or depressed right now, what you got for the audience?
Find something that you can hold on to, not just an external thing like another human being. Like, find something like art or something, because everybody have a gift. Sometimes the reason why depression happens is because sometimes you might think too far in the past.
Yep.
And you know, sometimes you got to bring yourself to the present and then go inside and see, like, you know, like what's going on.
Yeah.
Like what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? And you might pull something out the hat. You never know. You might fuck around, start drawing or some shit.
Yeah.
Like Picasso or something. You feel me?
So there you have it. So, and that's one thing I always tell people, man. Storms don't last forever. You
That's
know, it don't last forever. You know, you're gonna go through things, but all the things you go through, or if you've been fired at a job, you went through a breakup, it just makes you stronger. And not only that, you have a story to tell. So since you got a story to tell, you need to express that, because you can help someone else. So if you ever been abused or whatever you went through, you have to talk to somebody about it.
Yep.
Because it can help so much other people to watch out for it.
Right.
Or, you know, just pretty much preventing that situation.
Right.
So I tell people that all the time, like, oh, man, I'm not a smoker, but I remember one time, man, I tried some weed, man, and that joint had me. No, it wasn't weed. Sorry, it was edibles, man. I had some edibles, and I had like 2-3 cookies. I'm like, this thing don't work. And the thing was telling me to jump off the fire escape, and this was like over probably 10 years ago or something. I was young. But one thing I tell people is, man, I ain't never doing that again. Did I try it again? Hell yeah. But I mean, that time, like, I was very cautious and stuff. But certain drugs, especially if you don't do it. And I'm not an alcoholic, so only time I drink is probably when I go on vacation, if that. Because I'm always mindful of my surroundings. And
them edibles though is insane. I ain't gonna lie.
And then I did it on an empty stomach, man.
Oh
It just made it even worse, bro. It made it even worse. So, so I just tell people all the time, man, just if you can, stay away from drugs. You know, but I mean,
listen. Right. Stay away from drugs. But look though, right? Because you know certain people, they not gonna stay away from weed. They're gonna be smoking weed for 20 years. Look, all right, ain't nothing wrong with enjoying your pleasures and whatnot. You feel me? But overindulgence will destroy you. You have to know, all right, this time, okay, cool. And then that's it for like 4 or 5 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just don't abuse your body like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it will catch up to you.
Yeah. I mean, and again, you get so much videos out there on drugs. People that probably smoking some cigarettes, got, you know, only those. So it's so much stuff out there that you can just type on YouTube. And man, 90 to 80% of my time, I stay on YouTube learning, you know, how to set up a podcast, how to fix credit, whatever it is. YouTube can teach you. And if you have that thing that's in your mind that you're always thinking about it, do it. Like a lot of people keep on procrastinating. Oh, next year gonna be my year. This year gonna be my year. No, start now. Start now. Like what they say, the best time to start investing was yesterday. The second best time to start investing is today. You know, so you gotta start now. Don't wait for the right moment. It's never gonna be the right moment. Yeah, it's never gonna be the right moment. Ask me some questions about credit. What did you want to know about credit?
All right, so how to like remove certain things like off your credit, like.
So I got a guy for that. Yeah, I got a guy for that. His name is Chemo. Shout out to my boy Chemo, man. He repaired a couple of my close friends' credit. Yeah. I typically don't fix credit no more. But it's easy, man. You gotta. One thing I tell people is once they go into collections, you really don't really owe that debt anymore. I mean, you do, but you don't. They bought the debt for pennies on a dollar. You can even, you know, research about collections and how they work. They scare you to, you know, try to get the money from you. Yeah, that's kind of like how, because it's technically if you was banking with Best Buy, but you default on it, they write it off on a tax time, and another company come and buy that debt, and so now they're trying to collect on it. Do you technically still owe the debt? Yes, but they have to validate that debt, and 9 times out of 10 they can't validate who's like the original owner and stuff like that. But it's just that's how the world works. It's just all about, you know, it's a business. This world is all capitalism. So but you can get, honestly, anything negative affecting your credit, you could get it removed. A lot of people just don't know that, but anything negative affecting your credit, you can get it removed. So as far as that, you just, you know, it's you can pay the debt, settle the debt, or again, you just send out the letters. This is really letters that you send out. That's all it is.
Okay, all right. And I got another question, right? In terms of building credit, right? How do you build credit fast?
Good question. So I don't feel like there's no right or wrong way, but I tell people, hey, if you get a secure credit card, but a secure credit card is basically a credit card that you got to put your money. So they say you put $200, they give you a $200 credit card. And then some credit cards will eventually go unsecured. So let's say if you apply for a credit card and they approve you for a $1,000 limit, that's unsecured because they believe, all right, using your personal credit, if you got a good credit score, they using that as, okay, well, he's gonna pay back. So as far as building credit, man, is a app called Ava, AVA. They also report the rent to your credit report. You could create a lease and create an email and technically submit it. So that's another gem. They got so much like saving apps, and but they basically it's a savings account, but it's a savings account, but it reports to your credit like you paying off a loan. But once you paid off, like they say 12 months, 24 months, or whatever, however payment plan, they send you back a check. Yeah, they make a little interest, not crazy, but or always if you want, get a car note, but get something that you can afford, because 9 times out of 10 people getting a car that they living above, you know, they live with mom and dad, so I understand, but when you start to factor in what keeps you broke, a car keeps people broke, man. People don't understand how much a car can keep you broke. My SUV out there is paid off in full. I think I took the loan for like 5 years, but I paid it off for 3 or something like that. I don't remember. And then my Dodge Durango, well, the payment is high, $740, but I'm not paying it. My tenants are paying it. So, but would I ever come out of pocket for that? Absolutely not. The average car payment right now is like $600-700. And I don't live with family, you know, my parents. So it's just, you know, me and my wife and whatnot. So you got to make smart financial decisions, because at the end of the day, I could be investing that, but I also invest over $1,000 a month in the stock market, or in general anyway, you know, with my 9 to 5 and whatnot. So But it took time to get in it, man. People always think, oh, you gonna just start investing right away. Nah, that joint takes time.
No question. Though.
Yeah.
see, I'm interviewing you now. All right.
Anytime, man.
So in terms of credit score, like between what and what is good credit? Like there's a good credit score to like get loans and shit like that.
So I always felt like a 650 credit score is always good. 660, 670, 680. I feel like. And it's really not about the credit score, right? It's really mainly about the credit history. Like, let's say if you got a house. Now, you have a house. I feel like if you have a house, you low-key can almost get approved for anything because they seen you've been paying this for a couple of years. They like, all right, well, cool. He ain't gonna default. He makes his payments.
Right.
So it's really no perfect credit score. It's really mainly the credit history. Like you take out loans. Banks want to give out money. So you know they want to give out money, and but you got to be responsible for paying it back. Now, granted, things happen. You could go file bankruptcy. It is what it is. I mean, Trump did it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, don't be afraid if you got bad credit. File bankruptcy. That's what most rich people do anyway. You know, they have the money still, but they just say they don't. So, but that's, you know, that's when you start playing like on a different level. That's, you know, that's what kind of like protects you and your assets and stuff like that. So, and a lot of people are scared of bankruptcy. Man, I know a guy that he got a brownstone house in Brooklyn and he got a house in Florida. He told me he filed bankruptcy. Well, when he told me the time, he said he filed bankruptcy about 8 years ago, something like that. But he said if he knew about bankruptcy, he would have filed bankruptcy every 7 years. I was cracking up. So again, because it's like, all right, you had $80,000 in credit card debt, and now you swipe that clean. Yeah, your credit gets hit a little bit, but it doesn't get hit forever. You know, people get scared at all. The only debt that you can't discharge is student loan debt, and I feel like the student loan debt is one of the biggest scams.
Crazy.
Yeah, and the thing about talking about school, I feel like, I mean, I went to school. It took me 6 years to get my associate's degree, and because I was doing it online. But I hated school, you know. But school is just not for me, and I just felt like it was other ways around it besides, you know, going to school, getting a degree. School just wasn't for me. But I just knew that I had to complete it, and you know, just as a backup, because you just never know where this world is going and what things. I might need a college degree to work at McDonald's. I mean, it's not like that, but you just never know. So I always tell people, just if you can finish it, try your best to finish college, but it's not a necessity to do it, you know. So. It just depends on what you're trying to do. I
don't know. I was the college nigga. I'm just like, I don't know.
No, but if you focus on your craft though, man, you're gonna make way much more money than school, man. You focus on your craft, man. You keep meeting the right people, and again, your strangers are your biggest supporters, man.
That's true.
So the people that you know and your close friends, man, like. They want to see you win, but they don't want to see you do better than them. So it's one thing of a person being jealous of you. This is what one of my mentors said. A person can be jealous of you, but once they start becoming envy of you, that's when you got to look out for that, because now they want to be like you. They want to be in your shoes. And one thing I told somebody, if you successful, bro, if this podcast blow up and you become successful, you make it big in music, I could always be like, yo, I interviewed him or whatever. Or I can always be like, yo, bro, how you did it? Teach me. That's the thing I don't understand about our culture. We get so envy of each other, but you have the blueprint. If Tyler Perry's my best friend or my cousin, ask him, like, hey, can I do a show with you? Instead of trying to rob the person.
It takes away from their potential as well, too. When you envy somebody, you spending your time giving them like the intention when you could have been working, watching, taking notes. You know what I'm saying? And really build up. But a lot of people, no lie, walk around with potential energy. But the thing is it's gonna take a certain situation for them to see it. Cause they walking around not consciously knowing, like, yo, bro, you low key got a gift, you just don't know what it is. You gotta tap into that. But a lot of people go through life And they more so worry about the external things rather than sitting down and actually taking time to be by themselves and know, all right, let's meditate now. What's this? What's that? How I'm gonna do this? You feel me?
Yep.
Shit like that.
Man, you know what's so crazy about that? I was just telling somebody that I said, man, social media is messing a lot of people's brains up, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because I could get behind the camera and make it look like I'm rich, right? And the whole time I got nothing in my fridge to eat. Right. So you gotta be careful on what you seeing and who you following, because I don't follow everybody on social media. Right. I have to unfollow a lot of people, and not because it's either one, you're not active.
Right.
But two, it was just too much negativity things.
Right.
And I need to align my focus on the things that I need to grow in my business or my craft. If you ain't doing nothing for yourself, I can't have you on my social media. Not saying, I mean, shit, maybe one day I might just have only one follower or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe 0 followers. And it's not because of you as an individual. It's just because I'm trying to stay focused. Sometimes you gotta go ghost. You gotta disappear, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes you gotta stay focused on your goals, man. And nobody out there is gonna do it like the way you're gonna do it. You gotta put in the hours, man.
Yeah, you gotta put the work in. Bro.
You gotta put in the hours. Yeah.
When I was doing my thing with the music and rapping, I remember, you know, I was in the studio like damn near every week, every day. You know what I'm saying? Just putting out tracks, trying to get better in terms of sound and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, you gotta sacrifice. You gotta put the work in, man.
Yep. So you could, what you think? Time is more important than money?
Yeah, because time you're not gonna get the time back.
Yeah, see?
You're not gonna get the time back. So you might as well, if you have anything that you've been envisioning, you gotta do it now.
Yeah. Ooh, you hear that? Time is so important.
Even when like I was making music, I always wanted to battle rap too. But I was parlaying on that shit too much. Like I was waiting, all that. Like, I imagined myself doing that shit, and I was just like, you know, I waited damn near 3 years to actually get in.
Wow.
Battle rap.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like it was meant to be that way because I came across individuals that you know, was great at battle rap too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie Joe Hundo, and shout out to the homie J Real. You know what I'm saying? Bro, nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and like how we met and shit like that, it was just like mad organic and shit. So
Nice.
Yeah. So sometimes it'll play out like that kind of.
Nice. All right, so man, we ain't gonna make this too long. But where you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years, man?
I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking I might be out of New York. I
love it.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was thinking
you should do it. I left New York less than $1,000 in my pocket. Yeah. Shit. You gotta watch my stories all over. Watch my Instagram from beginning to now.
I gotta watch all that shit over again. I gotta watch that again. Like, damn.
Yeah, I left New York less than $1,000 in my pocket. So 5 years later.
I'm thinking about, in my head, I'm thinking either Florida or Vegas.
Do it.
I don't know though.
Do it.
Because Florida, them niggas damn near under sea level and shit. I don't know.
That is true too.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I go there and hurricane season and all that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking Vegas because it's hot and shit like that, but like it's okay. Like it ain't in my opinion, it ain't really that bad. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Nice.
But that's what I'm thinking. Like
okay,
I might end up there
moving
3 to 5 years.
I think you should do it, man. Don't be afraid. I think when you keep thinking about something and you keep imagining it, pray about it, whatever you believe in, and just I tell people, yo, just do it, because don't let people fears scare you, you know, from doing what you want to do. And I used to be like that, man. I used to be like, what people think and view me, man. Stop it. You gotta focus on you. You have your own life to monetize, and you can achieve anything or be anything that you want. You create your own movie. You create your own vision, because a lot of people won't see your vision.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So give the people some encouraging words before we get up out of here, man.
All I can say is be hungry for knowledge.
Ooh,
always try your best to learn something new.
Mm-hmm.
And also make sure you apply it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can have knowledge, but anybody can have knowledge. But it's about, are you applying it?
That's putting in that work.
Yeah, that's what really makes a difference in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So make sure you learn. Make sure you learning.
Yeah.
No matter what age as well too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Be a sponge, man.
There's people out like for me, I just started like boxing, like heavy,
Nice.
like heavy again though.
Yeah.
And like there's people that's like 65, 45, like hitting the heavy bag going crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
3 rounds going crazy. I'm just like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But be limitless. Try to be limitless as well.
Nice.
Don't let age stop you and shit either.
So y'all heard it, man. Man, I appreciate you for coming out.
Of course, man.
You came all the way from New York, man. That's support right there, man. Of course. I thought you was gonna flop, man. I was like, man, buddy ain't gonna come.
Hell no, bro. Listen,
I appreciate it.
Once I say I'm gonna pop out, bro, and like I made my mind up to pop out, I'm gonna pop out, bro.
And that's good, because look, this is gonna help you, in your career, and you're gonna look back, you're gonna be like, damn, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago.
For sure.
Look how I'm doing now.
Of course, man.
And I gotta have you come back eventually, though.
Oh shit, I'm here.
Well, y'all heard it, man. He came all the way from New York, man. I appreciate it. Your Instagram one more time again.
All right, so my Instagram is k.o.g_30z.
There you go.
On everything now.
So I'm gonna post his information up. He's gonna put the flyers up if you want to come to his battle rap. So hopefully you probably in New York around July 20th.
Yeah, July 20th.
So stay tuned for that, man. It's your boy, Mr. Smith. Peace.
On the big up, Muma, Pupa, Bidea. All right? Yeah.
Salute.